Hey guys, Joseph here. Now, this podcast is going to be one of those type of podcasts to really get our mindset in the place that it needs to be. And, of course, doing so can, and most probably will, push up against your values sometimes, because it's one of those subjects which is so important that we must get clear in our mind if you want to get the emotional freedom you desire and deserve, to let go of any issue and to get the success that you desire. You see, I was thinking about my own journey when I used to be shy, self-conscious and unconfident, and how my whole life just felt like it was falling apart, yet I remained the same. I just stayed the person I was back then, not living a happy life. And you can maybe actually resonate with that. Maybe you have an area in your life that you're just sick and tired of, but it just keeps on remaining and staying with you. And I want to be really crystal clear about this, because let me start by saying this. Nothing changed for me until I had decided to change my mindset. I realized that if I did not invest in me, no one else will, and nothing will ever change. Think about it. You may be investing your time right now watching TV, wasting time on Facebook, and more time procrastinating rather doing something for yourself. And here's where we've got to be very honest with ourselves. Are we really matching what we really want? Because maybe if that is true, and say for example you may be spending more money on going out to eat or buying more materialistic things that you do not even need, and carrying out instant gratification behaviors to change your emotional state and to ultimately continue to feel bad. And as I said, this is almost like a wake-up call, because we have to get so clear on this. How much do we really want to be free of a certain issue? How much do you want to hit that goal? I mean, is it something that you really want, or is it something that you're prepared to allow yourself to continually experience over the next week, month, 6 months, year, decade, for the rest of your life? Are you prepared to keep on experiencing the same old issues or the lack of achieving your goals? That is the big decision we have to make. And if you, say for example, are happy in the lack of achieving your goal, if you're content in just carrying on out those behaviors which are not supporting your personal growth and as to where you're heading, then that's absolutely fine. But realize that this audio right here, and actually every audio that I do, is probably not catered for you. And that's just the honest truth, because here's something about myself. You see, when I considered my priorities of what I was doing back then, when I was unconfident and when I was shy and when I was depressed and when I was anxious, when I considered my priorities of what I was doing back then to what I really wanted in life, I was completely shocked and almost ashamed in that. I felt bad when I realized this. I was like weighing up the things that I was doing in my life to add value in my life to those things which do not add value, or the things which aren't allowing me to be the true me, and it completely shocked me. It was just one of those wake-up calls where I thought, I cannot believe that I say to myself, I really want emotional freedom. I want to let go of this limiting belief. I want to be able to get that goal in my business or my career, my finances, my personal development and my emotional well-being. I was saying on the outside that I wanted this, that I wanted to experience that, but the reality was I wasn't matching that desire. So ultimately I was like, well, do I really want this? And I had to reevaluate myself and as to what I was presently doing, what I was investing my money in, what I was investing my time in. Was I doing certain behaviors that were actually bringing me back and making me worse? I had to have that wake-up call, and I'm saying this as one of your greatest and biggest supporters in life. I know that you are capable beyond you could ever imagine. I know that you can achieve anything that you desire if you put your mind to it, if you're passionate about it. But if your behaviors, the investment of your time and even money is actually not reflecting what you say that you really want, then you're going to remain the same. And as I said, the chances are we may keep our issue, and also these audios, to be honest, are not necessarily created for that. They are designed for people who are willing to do whatever it takes. They might not know how to get there. They might not have all the resources. They might not know what to do. But when we get to that place, like I was, when I was completely shocked, and that lightning bolt of clarity did something to me, that created a huge shift in my life that I've never regretted since. Because think about it. When I began to invest in me, in time and even in money, I mean, I did whatever it took, and I've done it a number of times in my life. I've done it in my business, where I've invested money to get my business even more productive and trying to help more people. I've done it in my health. I actually spent 2 months in a different country away from my family, focusing on my health and just putting everything on the back burner, and invested that time and money to get my body in the shape that I wanted to go. That was a big investment in my mind, emotionally, and in my time, and even in my resources. But I knew that something had to happen, and especially when it came to my limiting beliefs about myself and the progression that I wanted but I didn't believe I could get, or the issues such as being worried or self-conscious and not feeling good enough and unconfident. When I realized that, I made that decision, and as I look back now, it was the best wake-up call that I have ever experienced, and I want to be able to help you and instigate that within you. We have to step up together. We have to keep ourselves accountable. If we're not keeping ourselves accountable, if your thoughts of your wishful desires but aren't actually being carried out by investing actions, so in your time and so on, if they're not matching, then something has to change, or you will remain how we are right now. That is the critical thing, and the good news is when you make that decision, you will begin to feel the most empowered, most enlightened and driven and fueled with passion for life and for where you're heading than you could ever imagine. And I say that because I was in that dark place absolutely in every way. I felt stuck and lost and not knowing what to do. So something had to change, and I had to step up, and that lightning bolt just kind of hit me, and I was like, I cannot believe I was saying that I want to do things, but my actions were not backing it up. And by actions, I mean a variety of actions. What are we really doing in life to make and increase our happiness, fulfillment, our focus, our motivation, our drive, all those things? What are we really doing? And as I said, I'm saying this as your coach, as your hopefully someone who can inspire you to do what you need to do in every way. What are we doing right now, and are we actually putting our resources into things which are not adding value as we think they would do? Are we doing those behaviors which give us that instant gratification, but really do not allow us to have that long-term progression of success in every way? What are we doing in our life? And there's one of the things we have to get our head around and take that responsibility to do whatever it takes in your capacity, whether it be saving money up, even if it was $5 every week or every day, and investing that in yourself to progress yourself, or turning off the TV, turning off Facebook, and actually investing that time in re-educating yourself. The people who make changes in this world do not have those behaviors which just allow them to stay where they are. The people who make changes invest their time and their energy and everything they have within them to make the changes that they desire. They know that they may not know how to get there, but they're willing to do whatever it takes to make that change. You see, many people will not actually do that. You see, people like us are willing to make things happen no matter what. And the others, they sit there, they wait, and they remain the same. So it's pretty much, are we going to be one of those people, or are we going to be what we really want in life? It is a matter of sometimes us and what we really want compared to those behaviors which keep us stuck. It is a really critical difference between getting what you want out of life and unhappiness. That is the critical difference. Those who do things compared to the hesitators. Those who invest time and money in themselves to make that change. Everything is about progression. When you think about it, let's go down the money route. If we're investing more time on eating out or more time on services we do not necessarily need, compared to our own personal development, or as I said, in time as well, then we're never going to get to where we want. We need to be able to step up and really be our potential and to achieve and hit those goals, not just once, but continuously growing and developing yourself so life happens on your terms. Rather being just a product of your environment, you allow life to be a product of what you choose to create. You see, when I made that decision to invest in my health, when I lost it allowed me to lose 30 pounds in weight. It allowed me to get my emotional my self-esteem much higher. When I invested in myself, when it came to letting go of my anxiety, my worries, my doubts, my limiting beliefs. When I invested even in my business or those around me, when I did that, life began to happen on my terms. It's almost like this shift. This awakening that happens inside of us when we make that decision that we're willing to do whatever it takes. It's almost like there's an underneathing surge within us that supports us and backs us up. It's like our unconscious mind is saying, well, if you're ready now, I'm going to give you all the help and support that you need. You have to reach out to it though. You need to be able to take the time to reach out to those who can actually make a difference in your life, or to reach out and educate yourself in such a way which will be the most profound result, the most profound transformation that you could ever imagine. As I said, this is a very strong topic, but I'm so passionate about it because I am your biggest supporter and I want to be able to support you. I want to be able to help you. I want to be able to educate you to get yourself to where you need to be. But just realize that someone could be asking for something, wanting something, but even if all the support is there, or even if there's all the opportunities, all the vehicles to get there, whether it be audio programs or video courses or whatever it may be, if we're not willing to actually invest in ourselves, in our self-esteem, no matter how much support's around you, we're going to stay stuck. So we have to open up our mind and look for the opportunities around that will actually add more value into our health, our relationships, our career, our business, our money, all those things, our emotional well-being. When you do, you will start to make the biggest, this most profound transformations and personal growth in all areas of your life and those in your life. To me, it was the biggest wake-up call that I have ever experienced when I decided that I was willing to do whatever it takes. And I just want to be able to help you with that. And by creating this audio, to be able to separate ourselves from those who hesitate, to separate us from those who don't do anything, to separate ourselves from those people who just expect things to happen without willing to do things. I want to be able to separate ourselves from those people to actually then allow us to build that foundation, that drive within us to be able to get to where we want to be in life. Just know that you have all the capabilities, you have all the resources within you. It's just a matter of tapping into it and assuming that responsibility. So as I said, this is a very strong topic, but just know that you can do this. And when you decide to do, the life, the world, your unconscious mind will conspire in your favor. So go ahead and make that decision today. Differentiate yourself from those who hesitate to those who do, and put in the effort. Allow life to be the journey that you want it to be. Rather staying stuck, rather just having reasons or excuses, no matter how true you think they are, those reasons and excuses just reaffirm where you already are. That is the real truth. You have to be able to position yourself away from reasons, away from excuses, away from those behaviors which are not adding value in your life, and instead position yourself in a place of power where you actually fuel yourself and drive yourself and really live your life to the biggest, most profound experience that you could ever imagine. Everyone has this. You absolutely personally have this. It just has to come from you. And when you make that decision, you seek out those opportunities, you invest that time in making your life the most happiest, most profound, I've said profound loads of times, but it's absolutely true, in the most amazing way. So just know that you have the ability, and go ahead and start applying this mindset that allows you to grow to be your true self in every way. So have a wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Many thanks and goodbye.